Let me ask you this. Does Grandpa Drew Remenda still have an edge, or have you softened a bit?
I got to tell you, I'm smitten, man. I am crazy, crazy in love. You know what's great about being a grandpa? Well, besides, you can give your granddaughter back.
You can sleep at night.
Mom.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Well, Jordan, it's funny. Jordan sent a video this morning of the 2 a.m. party baby. She's just having a great time. So, my little Rose, as I call her, Rosalind.
Yeah.
The great thing about being a grandfather, for us anyway, is we've seen our daughter become the person we always hoped she'd be.
Yeah.
We've seen her now mature and care about somebody besides herself. We've seen her turn a corner in her life that there were times, frankly, when we didn't know it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And we've seen her be this person that we're so proud of.
Yeah.
And besides, like every grandfather, Roz is perfect. She's just wonderful. The funny part is they don't live in the same city or the same province as us, so it's been tough to go back and forth and see her. But when Roz came for a visit, we talked about having a dog and the kids and everything else. I've got a dog too. His name's George. He's a bulldog.
Looks just like you.
He does. Well, no, I've got more wrinkles.
Both have smushy faces.
Okay. Speaking of that, so taking George for a walk. Okay, I take him for a walk. Neighbor comes out. Nice neighbors here. And he
Canadian.
says, he says, hey, Drew, you ever notice those couples that the dog and the owner start looking alike? I would say, you know what? I said a few other things. I said, George is way better looking. But anyway, when they came here and Rosalind would cry, George would lose his mind because, of course, Grandpa's coming over and I'm picking her up. But George was not a happy guy about it. But do I have an edge? Yes, I still have an edge.
Okay, all right.
I still get a little passionate when it comes to certain things in hockey. I've tried not to be such a jerk about it.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. You know what the thing is? The great thing about being fired, I'm sorry, not having your contract renewed.
Right.
Is there, it's like the sevens. It's like when I lost my hair, and it's like the stages of grief. Okay. There's denial, first of all.
Right.
And if you go back and look at my first year pictures with the Sharks, you'll understand what
that's
all about.
A little comb over. Yeah, a little comb over.
Well, I like to refer to it as the skullet. So that was what I had going for a couple of years.
Well, I'm not one to speak on hair topics right now, but proceed.
Right,
proceed.
I'm jealous as can be. There's anger, and then there's finally acceptance.
Acceptance, yeah.
You look back and you think of some of the things that, while the game was going on, what I used to say. Like, I remember one play against Colorado in the playoffs when a certain defenseman wasn't where he was supposed to be. And I said, I have no idea. I remember the quote. I have no idea what he's doing right there. I have no idea why he's standing there. He's guarding air. Well, my phone went off like that. In fact, you were there at that game because
I remember after the game. Yeah, you tried to walk home from the rink. I remember that.
I did walk home from the rink.
Yeah, you were not very happy in Denver.
No, and we won the series, won the game, won the series.
Randy's happy, Bakes is happy, Ruzie's happy, Drew's over there kicking the tires of the bus.
Yeah,
what's wrong with this guy? We won.
I've tried to.
Got it.
You would think at my
advanced day. Oh, look at that. Thinking alike.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've calmed down. The key phrase to me right now, and I had a producer say this to me when I went off on the Oilers one day on the panel about how bad they were in the first period. Like, Brody, one of the all-time great rants, okay? On air. And I had the producer finally say in my ear after the game, he goes, "Hey, Drew, great rant and everything else, but what's it to you if they're playing like that?" And I think about that a lot now, and I go, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Listen to me. My job's just to describe it. So
there's a balance there. People want the passion that you're feeling, and because they feel it too. But I understand too. Sometimes the separation's nice.